The popularity of the Model T Ford in 1908 caused a shift in the way we design our cities, conduct business, and complete our daily tasks. The world had never before seen such a reliable, low-maintenance, and rapid form of transportation for personal use. Modern cars, however, look and drive completely differently, despite Ford's initial incumbent position. Over the past 115 years, innovations have improved on almost every design philosophy of the original passenger vehicle. Today, we are going to drill down to the engine of the passenger vehicle and review those most fundamental innovations of fuel economy and power. At a consistent fuel price, the factors driving engine innovation are fuel economy and engine power, both of which contribute to a cheaper, longer use of fuel. Engines used in commercial passenger vehicles are often derived from similar engineering principles developed through efforts in military and aerospace R&D. Popular design decisions drip down into the lucrative car sports industry to push the limits of what a car engine can do. Engines made popular by NASCAR and the like are then sought after by performance vehicle enthusiasts, creating the public market which eventually leads to commercialization and mass production of engines for everyday passenger vehicles. At the base of our commercial passenger vehicle engine S-curve is the Wankel engine, developed in 1940. This model was so effective that Mazda used it until 2014. An incremental innovation is seen in the V8 and V10 rotary engines around this time, focusing on power output. In a parallel S-curve, we can track the materials side of engine innovation. First up were cast iron engine blocks. Then, in the 1960s and 70s, evolution was observed in the power delivery to weight ratio, with I6, I4, and I3 engine types replacing most V-type engines, with the exception of V8s. Cast steel engine blocks replaced their cast iron counterparts. Fuel feeding technology saw a massive shift in the 1980s. Changes to port injection and direct injection methods were seen as innovations throughout the 80s and 90s. Notably, radical innovation was also observed in the supercharger engines, which arose in the 90s. During this same period, lightweight aluminum engine blocks replaced cast steel. The next development to the engine industry was the commercial success and popularization of hybrid and electric vehicles in the late 2000s and early 2010s. The turbocharger engine of 2015 is currently the most recent innovation in terms of engine power delivery. In terms of fuel economy, the microhybrid or mild hybrid engine increased fuel economy from 40 km per liter as compared to the non-hybrid 25 km per liter. They became commercially widespread by 2010 and saw exponential growth by 2015. The popularity of microhybrids drove innovation for the commercialization of plug-in hybrids. In 2015, plug-in hybrids were on par with microhybrid engines with a fuel economy of 40 km per liter. However, plug-in hybrids could run on electric power alone and boasted higher engine power. This market paved the way for innovations into fully electric vehicles. As seen on this chart, by 2016, electric vehicles saw a huge boost in popularity compared to hybrids, represented here in sales. By 2018, worldwide electric vehicle sales began to grow exponentially. Thus, we can predict their future success as well. In terms of engine materials, the current leaders are aluminum magnesium alloy and carbon fiber engine blocks. The shift toward electric vehicles is a radical innovation, and their recent commercial popularity indicate the end of the current fossil fuel-centric commercial vehicle S-curve. If this is the case, then what's next? The increase in popularity of electric vehicles is based on environmental awareness of the oil and gas industry, the ever-decreasing cost and increasing availability and selection of EVs, and the cheaper operation cost, since EVs are nearly 10 times cheaper to operate than fuel-based vehicles. Notably, modern engine power for electric vehicles is comparable to modern fuel-based engines. Additionally, while we cannot compare both engine types in terms of fuel economy, because they use different energy, we can compare driving range. Therefore, electric engine innovations come from culture, environmental awareness, price point, driving range compared to fuel engines, and government efforts and subsidies to meet the criteria of the Paris Agreement. To compare electric and fuel-based engines, this value curve was generated from 2023 data. Notice how the biggest downside to owning an electric engine was charging time, while higher operating costs made up the biggest detriment to owning a gas engine. These outliers were removed in this chart to illustrate the softer comparisons. Infrastructure, or the number of charging and fueling stations, is comparable in 2023. Upfront costs are higher for both the cheapest and average-priced EVs. Driving range is a bit higher for gas vehicles, however, EVs have better energy efficiency and engine power is comparable. A big selling point is that it is significantly more environmentally friendly to drive an EV, especially when powered by sustainable means such as hydroelectricity. Now that we've reached the electric car era, what's next? Based on the increasing market for EVs, innovations into gas-powered vehicle fuel economy may take a back seat. Instead, battery power and energy storage may take dominance in engine design philosophy. However, engine power is estimated to remain an area for innovation. The major players for radical innovation in the electric battery engine are hydrogen internal combustion engines, hydrogen fuel cells, and aluminum air batteries. Based on current trends, we predict that one of these major players will gain dominance by 2030 or 2035. The points of resistance to new innovations in electric engine technology are infrastructure, meaning that charging stations must be built within range of each other and not only within urban environments, battery integrity in severe weathers and climate, and a low-risk appetite of industries reliant on fuel-based engines in the current job market, including lobbying efforts by oil and gas companies. The evolution of the commercial passenger vehicle engine has arrived at the point where world governments, public interest, and available technology have converged to allow the production of battery-powered electric vehicle engines, which are more sustainable, more affordable over time, and on par in terms of the engine power that we expect from our vehicles. Despite certain points of resistance, the future is not only bright, it's electric.